What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video for my Omi homies. Now, yesterday the VEVE team hosted another AMA on Twitter Spaces, this one largely revolving around the issue of bots and restricted accounts. These are major issues that have been circulating online, causing a lot of FUD. A lot of people have been rightfully upset about the issues, so the team decided to host an AMA and tackle the questions. All right, they discussed those things and gave us some updates on many of the other things that are in the works. So I'm going to give you my analysis of the AMA in this video, and I'm also going to talk about this weekend's drops and the importance and significance of them. So if you like this sort of content, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is linked in the description below. Now, first and foremost, there were almost 4,000 people present for the AMA, and every time they host one of these online events, there are more and more people showing up, and this just demonstrates VEVE's continued growth. Now, when I was looking on Twitter after the event, there were a lot of people who seemed underwhelmed by the information that was shared, and I think that just speaks to people's unrealistic expectations. We're in a space where people expect, breaking news every 2 weeks. People expect major updates. They expect surprises and major announcements every 2 weeks, and that's just not realistic. You look at a company like Apple, they host one event a year where they release all of their major information, but we've been conditioned to expect huge updates on a near weekly basis. So I think that the major focus of this AMA and the point of it was just to address the bot issue, and I think they did so. So right before the AMA, the team released this blog on Medium about bots and restricted accounts, and they probably should have done this sooner. They should have gotten in front of the issue. They stated that there are now more than 1.9 million active monthly users in the VEVE app, and so far, more than 300,000 accounts in total have been disabled for botting or similar activities. Of those 300,000 disabled accounts, the team said that only handfuls of them were actually false positives. Now, here is my take on the issue. The team tried to solve a problem, and it's a major problem that people have been complaining about forever, and that is the issue of bots. But in trying to solve one problem, they created another problem. And I don't think the main issue is in that there are some false positives. I think the main issue is that it takes months to resolve these false positives. People are getting locked out of their accounts for a long period of time without any communication, and that's scary for people, and it's quite frankly wrong. You need to communicate. You need to have a customer service team dedicated to this issue. Now, I think that's also a part of it's a problem that comes with scaling a company. All right, when a company grows fast, you're hiring people in various departments and trying to scale different parts of the company. And when these unforeseen things arise, all right, you have to react faster, because what could potentially happen is that narrative taking hold in the community and outside of the community. So there's already an issue of interoperability and people saying that these aren't really NFTs, they're digital collectibles, right? People within the community, I feel, don't feel this way, but people outside of the community use that argument. Now, if you couple that with the idea that people's accounts are being frozen and they're not being communicated with, then you have the question of, are these really my NFTs, all right? And this all is counter to the whole, decentralized nature of crypto and NFTs. So I think that's the issue, the lack of communication and the lack of an instant reaction and response to the false positives. Now, the team said that they are working on this. They will have a much faster reaction time moving forward. They understand what they did wrong. and they're looking to clear that up. So we have to take them at their word at this time, but we also have to monitor the situation to see if it gets any better. In regards to the drop system, they said that they're switching over to the waiting room system in the next few weeks, and I'm sure there are going to be people who aren't happy with that because you just can't please everyone. All right, so they talked about that, and they also gave us a little bit of a update on the timeline for other developments, including Master Collectors Program and Omi Utility Program. They said end of Q2 is when they expect those to roll out. Now, Dan also said, but don't hold me to it. So my guess is you're not going to get Master Collectors Program or Omi Utility until the second half of the year. All right, we have to condition ourselves to be patient and expect delays. If the IMX migration taught us anything, it's that things get delayed. All right, especially when you're talking about multiple things taking place at one time. Technology rollouts, expect delays. All right, so end of Q2 is what they stated. I'm thinking second half of the year. In regards to MTL, they said that they are still in beta. They're still testing out a small group of people, and then they're looking to expand to a larger group of people. So again, this has been delayed, and expect more delays. Now, a few weeks ago, I made my Omi 2022 price prediction video, and I said that I think that by the end of the year, Omi could hit between 3 to 5 cents, and I was leaning more towards 3 cents, and a lot of people said that that wasn't bullish enough. But the reason why I said that was because I just anticipate a lot of delays, and I anticipate that this year is a transitional year. Last year was a foundational year. The foundation was built. This year we are transitioning, okay? And it's going to take time. I don't expect the VEVE-verse to happen until the end of the year at the earliest. And so I'm really looking to 2023 as that year when everything finally comes together, all right? Piece by piece and brick by brick, this company is being built. But, it's not going to be built overnight. It's going to take time, and we need to be okay with that. I have a long-term, thought process and horizon for this project, so I'm not even stressing it. They were asked about new exchanges for the Omi token, and they couldn't give any specific answers regarding that. Of course, that's because they have to sign NDAs with the exchanges. They're not allowed to disclose that information ahead of time. All right, but I do expect exchanges to start getting announced in the coming days and weeks. I also expect them to space out their exchange listings. I don't think that they're going to be listed on a whole bunch of exchanges all at once. I think that over time they'll be added to more and more exchanges. But again, the key word is time. It's going to take time. And in time, VEVE is going to continue this crazy growth. They're approaching 2 million active users with an eye on localization, and they talked about this, and this was actually really good to hear that their focus, one of their major focuses this year, is localization and is expanding into that Asian market. And that's what we're seeing with this celebration of Lunar New Year. We had the stamps, and now we have the Peely drop on Sunday, and this is a very popular Asian brand. So Peely is a glove puppetry show from Taiwan. It's very popular in Asia. They have a TV series that debuted in 1985, so this brand has been around for decades. It is one of the most popular TV shows in Taiwan. So this weekend's Peely drop could do very well down the line once we have localization and the Asian market floods into VEVE. So it might be a long-term hold, and if you can get one cheap in the secondary market, that might be a good buy. So also dropping this week is DC Cover Girls that dropped about an hour ago. This is an interesting one because they are not first appearances, but a lot of people seem to favor this version of Wonder Woman to the first appearance of Wonder Woman that was dropped late last year. So this reignites that argument of the importance and significance of the FA designation, the importance of being a first appearance. And my opinion of it is it's important. All right, that first Wonder Woman that was ever released will perform significantly better than this one, even though some people think this one is more aesthetically pleasing. And that's because over time there are likely to be many drops of Wonder Woman. There are going to be many of them, and some may be more aesthetically pleasing than this one that was dropped today. But there will always only be one first appearance. There's just like there's one true rookie card of, Mike Trout or LeBron James. There is one first appearance of Wonder Woman, and so the FA tag is very meaningful. And what these new drops do, anytime there's a new Wonder Woman drop, whenever there's a new Batman drop, they create context, they create a framework and a hierarchy in the collective minds of collectors. And what happens is those FAs become more significant over time. They become more valuable over time because they continue to be set apart from all of the other releases. That's how I think of it. So before I wrap up, there were a couple of other important bits of information that were dropped in yesterday's AMA. The first of which was they expect the sports category to roll out sometime this year, and that will be really, really big. It'll bring in a whole other line of fandom into this ecosystem and just help VEVE continue to grow. The other thing they said was things are going to get spicy at the end of February. Now, what could that mean? The first thought I had was Black Panther, and keeping in line with Black History Month. I don't think that there's any character bigger right now than Black Panther. I do expect the comic drop, the first appearance, to come maybe next week, and maybe we'll get the FA of the Black Panther collectible. But now I'm thinking, and I don't want to get ahead of myself and be that guy, but Pokemon Day is February 27th. So is it possible? And as always, time will tell. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button on your way out and subscribe to the channel. I hope you all have a great weekend. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. I will see you in the next video.